All right, so what we're going to take a look at real quick is a good hip opener or hip mobility work. We're going to work through some hip abduction, stretching those hip adductors. So that musculature is on the inside of the leg, but we're going to kind of do some muscle energy techniques or just some movement with hip abduction and some thoracic rotation to really allow that adductor to get a great stretch. So we'll combine some stretching with some mobility work here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set up into the into that kind of broken frog. It's not really a true frog. We call this kind of the broken frog here. So you're going to just come down and get a good stretch of that adductor. So you're taking that leg out as far as we can here, while I'm kind of in that quadruped or in that tripod on the other side. And then you're just going to sit back into that stretch really deep, get a nice adductor stretch. When you're there and you're breathing through it and you're relaxed and you're ready, we're going to come down on the elbows. Again, pushing back into that adductor stretch. And as we're holding it, I'm going to add in some thoracic rotation, and I'm going to do it both ways. I like to do it both ways. Is there a major reason? No, I like to do it just because I feel like I get a better stretch. So I'm going to reach through and try to get that arch on the other foot. So I'm reaching, getting that thoracic rotation. Then I come up and I reach through and I try to get the rotation, the thoracic rotation on the other side. And then I'm going to come up, and from that position, I'm going to do some hip abduction. About 3 good times there. You may fire up that glute. You may feel like a little tightness, a little cramp back there. That's that glute really not wanting to let go and allowing you to stretch that adductor on the inside. But as you do more and more of this, that will become less frequent. So you'll come down, just kind of breathe, relax, push into it. So I'm getting a little deeper stretch in that adductor. Now I can reach even further. I'm getting more thoracic rotation. Kind of amazing how it all works. You open up those hips and you get even more rotation in the thoracic spine. And raise. I go through the whole cycle again, just so you can see it from the side. Same stretch. I'm lining up. I'm coming down. I'm going to get into that stretch nice and deep. Then I push back into it. As I'm holding that stretch, that's when I then go into that thoracic rotation. Breathe through that stretch. And you can actually push down on the floor and help that thoracic rotation a little bit. So if I push down, I get a little bit more rotation. And same thing on the other side. Push. And you can kind of add in that thoracic rotation there. Then I come back and I'm up on my hands. And I'm going to get that hip abduction. Then I go through that cycle again. If you need to see it from the other side, just so you can get a view of it. So when I'm lining up and I'm here, I'm in that nice tripod position. I'm going to come down to the elbows and I'm going to push back into that stretch, going through the whole cycle where I'm reaching through to both sides, adding in that hip abduction. When you do that, you're really going to open up that hip if you add in this little mobility flow, whatever you want to call it. There's no special term for it. We're just adding some stretching and some mobility work to really open that hip. And again, you will notice that you're going to have a little bit more thoracic rotation even after you do that adductor stretch. So try that out, see what you think. Again, always over on YouTube channel, videos will be posted there. Check back, it's always on Facebook as well. Check your weekly email because it'll be included in there too.